Imagine a life where every single victory, every time you succeeded, it brought this devastating personal cost. Like a curse, but not of weakness, of strength, where your greatest moments meant just profound sorrow. And then what if you decided to fight that, to defy fate itself? Not for yourself, but to, well, break that cycle for everyone else, for your family. That kind of story really makes you think, doesn't it, about destiny, choice. And today we're doing a deep dive into an epic saga that explores exactly that, the story of Eirik Stormbearer. We'll be looking at some really powerful excerpts from the last voyage of Eirik Stormbearer. It's a source that just vividly brings this man to life, a man who dared to challenge fate. So our mission here is to unpack not just what Eirik did, which is incredible in itself, but really get into his motivations, the journey, the trials, and the legacy he left behind. What can his story teach us about agency, sacrifice, and making choices even when it feels like everything's already written? Let's jump in. Let's start with the man himself.
Okay, so picture this place. Skjoldheim, rugged, windswept fjordlands, mountains, the sea.
It's a harsh, relentless kind of place, and that's where Eirik Stormbearer lived. The source paints him vividly, doesn't it? Beard the color of winter snow, arms thick as oak, eyes cold and gray as the sea. A really striking image.
Absolutely. And that name, Stormbearer, it wasn't given at birth.
Right, he earned it.
Earned it during this pretty legendary raid. Lightning hits his ship but doesn't sink it. And his men, they start thinking the storm itself bends around him, like the gods are literally rowing alongside him. It suggests this immense power.
But then there's the twist, this paradox at the heart of his life.
The irony, yeah.
His victories, they always came with loss, deep personal loss. The source says each triumph cost him dearly.
It's brutal. His first raid, his mother dies the night before.
The second, his brother falls.
And the third, his wife, gone.
And people start whispering, right? Odin's curse, maybe? Or the Norns, the weavers of fate, spinning this just cruel thread for him.
Exactly. But even with this shadow hanging over him, he doesn't back down from battle.
No, because the sagas demanded warriors to rise. It's expected.
It is, but this isn't just bad luck, you see. It's this pattern.
Yeah.
It feels cosmic, intentional.
So how does a hero even deal with that? When your very success brings such pain, what does that tell us about heroism in that world?
Well, it's a really compelling dilemma. And it's absolutely rooted in that Norse worldview.
Yeah.
The idea of weird fate. The Norns weaving destiny, these threads that were seen as, well, mostly unchangeable.
Almost inescapable.
Right. A curse like this, tied to the gods or fate, that's a heavy, heavy burden. It's systematic. And Eirik embodies this core tension in Norse thought. The need for glory versus this often punishing, unyielding fate. Does real strength lie in accepting it?
Yeah.
Or in fighting back, even if it's tragic? He's forced to live out this contradiction, praise for victory, punish for it.
And then everything changes. One winter night, aurora borealis overhead, a stranger comes to his hall.
The völva, the seeress.
Yeah, and what an entrance, cloaked in raven feathers, face pale as bone, eyes hollow pools. Even seasoned warriors were scared.
Leaning on this staff carved with ancient runes.
Yeah.
You can just picture the scene, the tension.
Her words, the source says, were like the cracking of ice across a frozen lake. Chilling.
And the prophecy itself.
Eirik Stormbearer, your saga nears its end. A voyage awaits you, not upon the seas of Midgard, but across the dark waters that divide life and death. You seek to break the curse that binds you, yet the last oar stroke is not yours to make. Heavy stuff.
Utter silence in the hall, you imagine.
But Eirik, defiant as ever. He basically says, if my feet's sealed, I'll carve it myself. Where do I go?
And her answer points the way.
Beyond the seas lies Iskaldar, the island of ash and fire, where a god's forge still smolders though his body lies long slain. There, destiny may be reforged or shattered forever.
Reforged or shattered, that's key.
Right. So the Norns weave, fate is powerful, but here's this idea. You might be able to reforge it. Is that a contradiction in their beliefs or just a sliver of hope?
It's a fascinating wrinkle, absolutely. Völvas were powerful, yes. Conduits between worlds, practicing seer, seeing glimpses of fate, maybe nudging it, but reforging destiny. That's another level entirely.
Like melting down the threads and making something new.
Kind of. It suggests that while the pattern exists, maybe there's a place, a force, this ancient forge, powerful enough to reshape it. It's incredibly dangerous, obviously. This isn't just predicting the future. It's a challenge to the cosmic order. It speaks to that deep human desire for agency, even when you believe fate is real. He's not offered an escape from death, perhaps, but a chance to change the meaning of his end, to alter the consequences. It's about impact.
Okay, so spring comes, the ice thaws, and Eirik starts preparing. He gathers his crew.
The fiercest of Skjoldheim wolves of the sea, battle-hardened guys.
His long ship, Frostwing, ready to go, raven prow. And while his men are praying to Njord, Thor, the usual gods for sea voyages.
Eirik doesn't.
No, prayed to none, for the gods had only cursed him. That tells you everything about his mindset right there.
Yeah, he's not seeking their help. He's almost operating outside their system now. Defying the curse means defying them, in a way.
But the really moving part, at least as described in the source, is his farewell to Astrid, his daughter. She's 12.
Mm-hmm.
She asks him, the question any child would ask, "Father, will you return?"
Heartbreaking.
And Eirik kneels down and tells her, "The sea is long, child, and my path longer still. But if I do not return, remember this. No man is bound if he dares to break the chains the Norns have set.
Wow.
Be strong, Astrid, stronger than me."
Mm.
That's not just goodbye, is it? It's like he's passing on a whole philosophy.
It absolutely is. It's his true legacy taking shape right there. His refusal to pray combined with this message. It shows his motivation isn't just about ending his own suffering. He's rejecting the injustice he feels from the gods, taking responsibility himself, and he's specifically empowering Astrid.
Giving her a different way to think about fate.
Exactly. He wants her to understand that strength isn't just accepting your lot. It's in the daring to challenge it, even against impossible odds. He's trying to stop that cycle of fatalism, ensuring she doesn't just passively accept a bad fate if it comes her way.
Mm-hmm.
He wants her to be a stormbearer in spirit. That's the inheritance.
A powerful inheritance indeed. And so he sets sail, the journey to Iskaldar. The source calls it no mortal journey.
And it sounds like it. Weeks of just brutal conditions.
Waves like mountains, storms screaming like Jormungandr, the world serpent, thrashing about. Men lost to the cold, the sea.
But Eirik keeps them going.
Yeah, his voice booming over the storm. "Row, brothers, row as if the All-Father himself pulls beside you. Row, for the saga will not remember those who faltered. Pure will."
And then things get stranger, more mythical.
Right. Seas of floating ice, whales as large as ships, skies on fire with weird lights, even glimpses of Valkyries riding the clouds.
It's pushing beyond the known world.
And then the ultimate test on the water. This massive serpent rises from the sea.
Scales like molten bronze, eyes like fire, taller than the mast.
The crew freezes, terrified. But Eirik stands at the prow, axe ready.
And what does he yell?
"I am Eirik Stormbearer. If you seek my life beast, then take it. But you will choke upon my bones." Just pure defiance.
And the serpent vanishes, believed to be a shadow of the world serpent.
So these trials, the storms, the lights, the serpents, they're not just obstacles, are they? They feel symbolic.
Oh, definitely. If we connect this to the bigger picture, these aren't just physical challenges. They're tests of his spirit, his resolve. They confirm what the völva said. This journey is beyond Midgard, beyond the ordinary, encountering manifestations of cosmic forces, like maybe Jormungandr.
Confronting chaos itself.
Precisely. It's him asserting human will against this vast, often hostile universe. Every time he survives, every time he pushes through, it proves he's worthy of this quest to reforge destiny. He's living out the message he gave Astrid. Courage can challenge anything. He's being stripped down, prepared for whatever lies ahead on Iskaldar.
And finally they reach it. Iskaldar, rising from the sea like the jagged teeth of some colossal beast. What a description.
Leak doesn't even cover, it sounds like.
Cliffs, black as charcoal, air thick with smoke and sparks, fire rivers, shattered stone, no life anywhere. Just desolate power.
And at the heart of it, the forge.
A forge the size of a great hall. The anvil's cracked, but still glowing. You feel the ancient energy there.
And the figure waiting for him?
Yeah, not quite a god, but something else. Taller than a man, armored in iron and flame, face a broken helm.
The source calls it the shade of one long slain, a remnant of the first war of the worlds.
Ancient. Powerful.
And its voice shakes the ground. It knows why Eirik is there.
It gets straight to the point.
Eirik Stormbearer, I know why you have come. You seek to break the curse. But the question is this. Would you give your own life to save those yet to fall because of you?
The ultimate question. All his struggles, his defiance, led to this single point.
And Eirik's answer? No hesitation.
Instantaneous. A stormbearer does not fear the sea, nor the death that waits beneath it. I would give all. Just immediate certainty.
That moment is incredibly powerful, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
What makes that I would give all so significant? How does it change our view of his heroism?
Well, it completely redefines it. It moves beyond the warrior's glory, beyond even dying bravely in battle. This raises a crucial question. What is true heroism? And Eirik's answer is fascinating because his sacrifice it's selfless, yes, but it's also preventative.
Preventing future suffering.
Exactly. Not avenging the past, not seeking personal fame. He's offering his life, explicitly, to stop the curse from hurting anyone else, his descendants, his people. He's taking this generational burden entirely onto himself, accepting his end to guarantee it ends with him.
A total triumph over self for the sake of the community.
It's the absolute peak of his journey. It embodies that philosophy he gave Astrid, daring to break the chains, even if the cost is everything you have.
And in that moment, destiny is reforged. The shade lifts its hammer, strikes Eirik's own sword.
The sword that saw all his cursed
And
victors.
shatters. Explodes into blazing shards of light, but from that destruction,
It comes creation.
The forge creates a new weapon. Skjaldsol, the son of shields. A blade of fire and steel burning with a light that made even the shadows tremble. A literal new beginning.
Incredible imagery.
But as Eirik grasps this new blade, Skjaldsol, his body starts to crumble,
Turning to ash.
carried away on the wind. His final words are a message whispered for his daughter.
What does he say?
Tell Astrid that her father rode into the storm and that the storm broke before him. And then he's gone.
The storm broke before him. Not that he survived it, but that he overcame it.
Exactly. His crew sails home, Skjaldsol mounted on the prow like a beacon. They place it on the altar back in Skjoldheim.
Then the curse lifts. Just like that.
Never again did death stalk his people when they fought. It worked. And Astrid, she grows up to be a renowned shield maiden.
Wielding Skjaldsol, carrying his legacy forward.
Her story woven with his. And the bards, they sing about Eirik Stormbearer, the one who defied the Norns, who sailed not for gold or glory,
But to free those he loved from the grip of fate.
It's such a complete reversal. The curse that brought death becomes the source of protection. Ash turns to light.
It ties it all together perfectly. It shows the true power of that intentional legacy he was building. His story confirms that even within a world that believes strongly in fate, profound personal choice, driven by selfless sacrifice, can redirect destiny. He didn't just break the curse, he transformed it into a blessing embodied by Skjaldsol. That final message to Astrid sums it up. He faced the storm, his ultimate trial, and through his sacrifice he broke its power. He became the force that altered fate for everyone after him.
What an incredible saga we've explored today. Eirik Stormbearer. We've touched on some really deep themes, haven't we?
Definitely. The burden of victory, what true sacrifice means.
The sheer courage to challenge fate and how a legacy built on love and selflessness can echo through time.
He didn't just win battles. He changed the fundamental story of his people and set an example for Astrid that went beyond heroism.
It really makes you reflect, doesn't it? Thinking about our own lives. What are the storms we face? The chains we might feel bound by.
Yeah, maybe not ancient curses, but, habits, expectations, patterns that feel like they define our path.
And what could it mean to dare to break them? Not just for ourselves, but maybe for the people around us, the ones who come after.
It's a powerful thought.
Eirik Stormbearer's story, I think, leaves us with this. Even when it feels like the last oar stroke is not yours to make, even when you don't control the ultimate outcome.
The courage to start the journey. The willingness to give your all for something bigger than yourself.
That can still forge a better future. It can still shape what comes next.